$5 trillion?
Well, apparently all the GPUs.
I think this is one thing I'm waiting to ask Sam about, because it's a really big number. Talk about ambition. We have a lot of ambition here in the UAE. We don't lack ambition. But is there a view that you can give the government leaders today with regards to compute capabilities, artificial intelligence? How can they plan well? Where do you think the deployment is going to make sense? And what advice do you have?
Well, first of all, these are amazing times. These are amazing times because we're at the beginning of a new industrial revolution. Production of energy through steam, production of electricity, IT and information revolution with PC and internet, and then now artificial intelligence. We are experiencing two simultaneous transitions. And this has never happened before. The first transition is the end of general purpose computing and the beginning of accelerated computing. It's like specialized computing. Using CPUs for computation as the foundation of everything we do is no longer possible. And the reason for that is because it's been 60 years. We invented central processing units in 1964, the announcement of the IBM System 360. We've been riding that wave for literally 60 years now. And this is now the beginning of accelerated computing. If you want sustainable computing, energy-efficient computing, high-performance computing, cost-effective computing, you can no longer do it with general-purpose computing. You need specialized, domain-specific acceleration. And that's what's driving at the foundation of our growth, accelerated computing. It's the most sustainable way of doing computing going forward. It's the most energy efficient. It is so energy efficient, it's so cost effective, it's so performant that it enabled a new type of application called AI. The question is, what's the cart and the horse? You know, at first it's accelerated computing and enabled a new application. There's a whole bunch of applications that are accelerated today. And so now we're in the beginning of this new era. And what's going to happen is there's about $1 trillion worth of installed base of data centers around the world. And over the course of the next 4 or 5 years, we'll have $2 trillion worth of data centers that will be powering software around the world. And all of it's going to be accelerated. And this architecture for accelerated computing is ideal for this next generation of software called generative AI. And so that's really at the core of what is happening. While we're replacing the installed base of general purpose computing, remember that the performance of the architecture is going to be improving at the same time. So you can't assume just that you will buy more computers. You have to also assume computers become faster. And therefore, the total amount that you need is not going to be as much. Otherwise, the mathematics, if you just assume, you know, that computers never get any faster, you might come to the conclusion, we need 14 different planets and 3 different galaxies and, you know, 4 more suns to fuel all this. But obviously, computer architecture continues to advance. In the last 10 years, one of the greatest contributions, and I really appreciate you mentioning that, the rate of innovation, one of the greatest contributions we made was advancing computing and advancing AI by 1 million times in the last 10 years. And so whatever demand that you think is going to power the world, you have to consider the fact that it is also going to do it 1 million times larger, faster, you know, more efficiently.
Don't you think that creates a risk of having a world of haves and have-nots? Since we need to constantly invest to ensure that we have the cutting edge and to ensure that we are able to create the applications that are going to reshape the world and governments as we know them, do you think that there's going to be an issue of countries that can afford these GPUs and countries that can't? And if not, because you know, it'd be surprising if you said the answer is no. If not, what are going to be the drivers of equity?
Excellent question. First of all, when something improves by 1 million times and the cost or the space or the energy that it consumed did not grow up by a million times. You've democratized the technology. Researchers all over the world would tell you that